Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Iris by Elite Robot China. Currently, I stay in our factory located in Suzhou, which is quite close to Shanghai. It's my honor today to, on behalf of Elite Robot, to introduce who we are, what's the feature of our collaborative robots, and what's the business model. Certainly, we will also share you some applications and the successful stories. So let's go. Who we are, a lot of people think Elite Robot is an unknown name. And certainly it's a new name for collaborative robots, but actually we had long history of automation and the robots. Before 2017, we have the strategy of wide range of products, including lasering robots, welding robots, six-axis industrial ones, SCARA, Delta, and also collaborative robots are all developed and designed by Elite Robots. But after 2019, we made a big decision. We think in order to focus on the vertical industry and make the top company, we have to concentrate on cobots only. So today, when you look at us, we have already phased out all the range of cobots, all the range of industrial robots, but only leave the cobots. So here's a graphic to introduce you the history of Elite Robot. Before 2018, we are the first company to develop the first seven-axis cobots in China. And currently, we strongly promote our EC series generation. And we have already had 3 kilogram, 6 kilogram, and 12 kilogram. Certainly, we are not only satisfied on the existing generations. You see that the graphic on right is the new product which will be sold in next year. We call it Cobot Superior Series. I will show you a video, and through the video, you are able to understand how our robots work in a lot of typical applications. Let's see. This is the hybrid robotic currently enjoy the high reputation in many successful stories. We work with the AGV manufacturers and also the camera and gripper manufacturers to integrate our cobot. And this is quite commonly used application, which is called material handling or pick and place. The cobot with on-robot gripper can pick the PCB board from this way to that way. And for the palletizing demo, we use Schmatt bacon circuit and the lift kit to work with the 12 kilogram payload cobot. And in the next video, you are able to see an assembly task. This is a multi-task for the cobot. It's able to realize a lot of complicated tasks like insert the components on the PCB board and also the assembling for the CPU. And for this one is screw driving. It's quite commonly used in automotive parts accessories and accessories factories. And this is dual applications. One cobot is doing the visual inspection work, and the other one is doing pick and place work. And this one, we simulate the workflow that to insert the cable on the components. And the machine tending is quite popular. We use dual grippers to load and upload the materials in the machine. And also we are capable to do the welding application. Okay, the video is to show you that Elite Robot, although we play the role of cobot manufacturers and focus only on design and produce collaborative robots, but sometimes we will work closely with our system integrators and the distributors to do some system integration. But you see that for most of the applications, we need the strong support from our partners. So that's why we present here to not only find our potential customers, but also the local partners to work with us for these widely used applications, such as screw driving, polishing, material handling, vision inspection, pelletizing, machine tending, and even you can imagine that There are also many applications for B2C, such like automatic beverage station, coffee machine, etc., etc. This is a roadmap of our customers. You can see some famous names of 3C Electronics like Foxconn, ZTE, and also some customers from automotive like Volkswagen, Nissan, Bosch. And also, I just mentioned that we are able to supply the applications for cosmetics, food, beverage, and the other industry. So we are also work closely with some big giants like P&G and Unilever. Due to the background of industrial robots and also collaborative robots, we are always thinking the role of cobots. Some people ask me, hey Aris, what's the difference between industrial robots and cobots? I always give them this example. I told them that, hey, when you go to the factory for the whole production line, you never see that only one robot can meet all the needs of different workstations. So our target is to work with our partners to support the end users to find an ideal solutions. For example, if today you need high speed, high precisions, or the heavy load, maybe traditional industrial robot will be more suitable for you. But if you don't need any safety guard and due to limited space, you want to use robot to replace for the human beings, you need to think about cobots. And also, for example, if you want to make some special application like hybrid robotics with AGV together, you can think about a lightweight cobot, which can direct use 48 voltage to work with the AGV together. In order to give you more confidence about Elite Robot, I will show you some data. Currently, the whole company, we have 130 people. It's not a big company, but we have very young and professional team. Last year, we sold 1,000 pieces cobots in China. It's not a big number comparing with industrial robots, but please don't forget that collaborative robots is still the new business. I give you some comparison. In 2019, we only sold more than 50 pieces cobots because at that time, we mainly focus on the industrial robots business. 1 year later, since the other industrial robots, they are all phased out, and we only sold the cobots. So you can see that we make more than 10 times increase due to the cobot business. And what's more, last year in China, the total market volume of cobots is 7,000 pieces. And that means Elite has already become the top rank of the cobot manufacturers. And comparing with the overseas brand, we also have our relative advantages. ROI is always a very sensitive topic and also very important topic mentioned by the end users. No matter, for example, their first demo is integrated with some famous or international brand, but if they want to copy their workstation, they will think about the cost. So due to our cost competitive advantages, we are able to help the end user to realize 8 to 12 months ROI. That's an amazing number. And we have our R&D building in Shanghai, and you can see the factory in Suzhou, and also Shenzhen, Beijing, the tier 1 and important city. You can see the subsidiary of Elite. But we are not only satisfied on the business in China. You see that we developed the business worldwide, and currently we are quite glad to see many new distributors and the channel partners. They joined with us and become the partner of Elite. I'll give you an example. One of our Portugal distributor, they met Elite 1 year earlier, and at that time they had some studies about local brand, and they started to work with Elite. In the beginning, they set a lot of questions, and each week we have to work with their technical team to do some Q&A. And after 10 months, they are quite satisfied and they positively develop the partners in Spain, in Brazil, on behalf of Elite. We are very happy to see our partners have this kind of motivations and confidence on Elite. So it's your time to think about when do you want to contact us and to know more details. Okay, some more figures to give you the confidence. We just closed the B1 round of financing this April. And that means we have very healthy cash flow and we begin to keep on investing on R&D. And certainly also we have enough budget to promote the business in overseas market. That's very good news for a lot of people, right? And you see that we mentioned a lot about our strong technical backgrounds, not only because the founders, later I will introduce you, he came from the famous university. And also each year we spend a lot of money and energy on innovation and R&D. We believe that the performance of the product will support the reputation of a brand. And reputation is always very important, not only for Elite, but also for our distributors. We don't want to ruin the reputation because we don't want to make end user upset. Okay, it's time to introduce you the business model. Elite Robot, we never do the business with we never do the business directly to the end users. That's one very important strategy for us. Certainly, sometimes we have to go deeply with the SI and partners and to support the customers directly. But we clearly understand that we are not able to serve all the customers or end users in each vertical industries. And we have to leverage the resources and ability of our partners to enlarge the market. Simultaneously, we also work with our ecosystem partners, including gripper, vision sensor, force sensor, AGV, etc., etc. So finally, the distributor will play the role to sell the total solution or the Cobot arm to end user directly. The team. We have young team combined with the old team. Our old team, they are the professors, came from a very famous Chinese university, and they are all professors. When they met me in 2019, I'm quite impressed that they have very, very good thinking of the products and the technologies, but they're a little bit lack of the sense of commercial. So I think it's very interesting thing that the people who focus on the products, sometimes they are not the company who sell a lot. For us, our responsibility is when we came from Universal Robot before, sorry to mention my background, before joining in Elite Robot, I worked in Universal Robots China for 3 years, and also my colleagues, same as me. And we believe that we are able to use our experience and the lesson learned of Cobots to help the local enterprise to go further. So that's the situation of the team. Okay, now let's go to the part of applications. The first graphic is to emphasize again about our production line, product line. Currently, we sell EC series. It's cost competitive with very attractive purchasing price, and also professional technical support and after service. And what's important, it's capable and reliable for the customers. And in the future, we will have the superior series, EC series. It's scalable, sustainable, and can comparing to some famous brand. I'm sorry that I'm not able to mention their name, but if you want to know more details, you can contact us to know the parameters and the specifications of these two products. Let's talk about the existing product, EC series. I just mentioned that we have low, medium, high payload to cover most of the applications. And the working range is also reasonable. And the repeated positioning accuracy is positive and negative 0.03 millimeter. So I think the specifications when you compare with the specifications with the other brand, it's no big differences. So why do people still select Elite? Good question. Let me answer by the applications. Okay. We see that 70% to 80% of the tasks handled by the cobots are pick and place. But for pick and place, you always have different and varied selections, such like different preference of the grippers. And for some pick and place work, you have to use 2D or 3D camera. And for assembly work, I just mentioned with screwdriver. It's also very popular for the automotive accessories, such like engine, screw driving, car lamping, tightening, etc., etc. And also gluing, welding, pelletizing. They are more and more used by the end users in different industries. Some videos can talk and show you the real situation and workflow of the Cobot. The left one is the application we did for Volkswagen in Shanghai's factory, and the right one is the visual inspection application for car lamping. For the car lamping, usually it has the features of medium mass, but various types. Since different brands of the cars, they have different types and the classes, and the lamps are with different shape or outlooking. And the collaborative robot will be a very flexible and easily to use solution for the end users. Okay. And for 3C applications, you can see different situations. In some factories, usually they don't need the cobot to interact with the human beings. And the cobot is working in a relative isolated area. But usually they have limited space. So they can deploy the cobot here, and it can orient to 3 different machines, so to make the total workflow very efficient. And when you look at the video in middle, obviously the cobot work quite closely with the workers. So collaborative robot, it has its advantages that it's very safe. And when the people touch the cobot can stop and will not hit people and make them feel painful. Okay, and for machine tending, we use I/O communication to control the communication between machine and the collaborative robots. And this is another pick and place, but it's for medical customers. In this one, you can see we use special gripper. It's a soft gripper because the end users, they have some request. The shape of the product is a little bit special because it's round and it's not very easily to be catched. But the customers hope that when the cobot catch the product, it's better not to scratch the surface of the product. So finally, we supply them this solution, and they are quite satisfied. And the AGV ones we just mentioned, we have already had a lot of experience to work with many famous AGV brands like Mia, the local one like Jig Plus, Quicktron, and also company Standard, who is very good at SLAM technology. Including the traditional industrial applications, it sometimes will face the challenges of some special applications. Here I show you some interesting stories. The left one, we work with the Nation Grid company and to use the cobot to do some high voltage line special tasks. You see, this kind of task is very dangerous. Usually they assign the workers to it. but fewer and fewer workers are willing to do this kind of dangerous work. So Elite, we use Cobot with the remote control to realize this task. And the right one, we make the Cobot play the role of a driver and to realize automatic driving excavator. And for this project, when you look at the design of the gripper, it's quite smart, right? Certainly, we also try to drive the helicopter. So you see that we have different kind of success. We have different kind of experience of this kind of the case studies. And I think through this kind of cases, Elite, we accumulated the rich experience of Cobots. And we also polish our product, the performance, the quality, through some very serious situations. We just mentioned that we are the company only focused on Cobots, but the end users will ask that we never buy a single naked Cobot arm. We need a total solution. Then how can you work with your ecosystems? No worries. You see that we are able to integrate with various brand of cameras like Cognex, 6 Omron, Solomon, and also some local brands like Hikvision. And our engineers, we developed our own SDK and write our own drive. So if the distributors they have some cases, we can also support from our angle. And for grippers, it's same. We are able to work some famous international brand like Robotic and Non-Robot. Certainly, we also have some local solutions. Last but not least, today's presentation is just the beginning to let you understand Elite. And we also mentioned that we focus on the long-term relationship and want to grow up with our partners together. In overseas market, especially due to COVID-19, we're not able to freely travel to different countries and to support end users directly. But we always stay there in China to support our distributors. And finally, they are capable to, on behalf of us, to give a very good solution to the users. And we also mentioned that next year we have some more powerful sales tools and the products like CS series. It's already in the plane, and although the total schedule is a little bit postponed, but we promise that we will display a reliable, we will show a reliable product range to all the customers want to make profit and make success from the collaborative robots business. Okay, that's all. And here's a group photo of our team. And today I want to, on behalf of the different roles, our sales, our technical engineers, and the marketing people, and even also our R&D engineers, to sincerely welcome you to access us, to know more about Elite. And certainly, if you have any questions or some problems, please don't hesitate to let me know. Okay, that's all. And enjoy today's webinar, and wish you a good day. Bye-bye.